After the deadly wildfires hit Maui, we saw videos of many Hawaiians telling tourists to stay away. But the call to stop coming to Hawaii has been growing for a few years now, and Hawaii is not the only place that's being heard. In Venice, city officials are now planning to reroute large cruise ships to a new port that's further from their city after protests blocked ships. And the mayor has announced new plans to control visitor numbers, which have been soaring in recent years. Joining us this morning for a closer look at how we can travel more responsibly is the director of the Ted Rogers School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, Frederic Dimanche. Good morning.
Good morning, Anne-Marie.
So this weekend, officials in British Columbia declared a state of emergency, and they asked tourists to please stay away from the Okanagan so evacuees could access those hotel rooms and short-term rentals. We saw similar calls in Hawaii. As a tourist, what do people need to consider before they leave for their trip?
Well, first of all, you need to pay attention to what's happening in the destination. There are emergencies right now, of course, in BC, in Hawaii, but there could be some health issues, hygiene issues, whatever. Remember when we had COVID a few years ago, some countries were really off the map for many travelers. This is hurricane season starting also, so we have to pay attention to the risk that is involved when going to a destination where potential hurricanes. So we see them in California, Mexico right now. It's going to come soon to the Caribbean as well. So people just have to be aware of the destinations they are choosing and do a little bit of homework about what's happening there at the moment. But also, they need to learn about the culture. They need to learn about the rules and regulations so that they make sure not to hurt anyone when they get there.
In the past decade, we have seen a huge surge in tourist numbers in some areas. Vacation rentals in Venice, for example, tripled since 2015. Tourist numbers in Hawaii grew 30% before the pandemic, and they've soared to record numbers since the pandemic ended. So how locations manage their tourism also has a big effect on the tourism experience for visitors and for the residents who live there. Can you explain that more about managing it?
Well, very much so. So over-tourism is an issue for the residents, of course. That's the main thing. We don't want to impede too much on people's way of life, but it's also a problem for the quality of the tourist experience. So when you have too many tourists coming to the same place, you're going to have a lower quality experience. So destinations, I think, have a responsibility to control the flow of visitors. You mentioned Venice with the cruise ships. Amsterdam has been doing the same thing, trying to keep the big cruise ships away from the city. We just saw this summer the city of Firenze in Italy, banning new short-term rental accommodations, for example, for the summer. So each destinations have to find out what is the right balance of measures that they can implement without hurting too much their own business and their attractiveness, so that there are not too many tourists and there is no what we call over-tourism in the city or in the region.
It's an important conversation, one that continues to happen as we watched footage like Maui and other places out in BC. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.